Alright, so I'm fresh level 70 character. I only have yellow items, which are rare items. I don't have any legendaries. I don't have any set pieces. Or I might have one random set piece of this thing, one random set piece of this other thing, whatever. How do I gear up? Multiple steps. First thing, Nephilim Rifts. Second, Greater Rifts. Third, as you accumulate shards from either doing the normal rifts or greater rifts, which I just showed, there's also doing bounties. After you complete the act bounty rewards from the cache, you will get blood shards. You can spend those on these. Use those to spend on the gear pieces that you're trying to get gear for. And you keep rolling until you eventually get one, or obviously you get from another means. There's the cube. Recipe number 3. You can upgrade a rare item. So for example, let's say if I'm hunting for a ring, right, and I don't have the ring that I need. You go to upgrade rare item, which is recipe page number 3. Click fill. Right click on the item that you want. You transmute. Obviously, you need to make sure you have the materials that are required. It says right here, and then when you fill it in right here, it'll be blanked out with the red number, meaning you don't have enough materials. But that is another way of trying to get the gear you need. So you go back and forth between utilizing what you have available and keep targeting pieces as you go along, and hopefully along the way as you do your rifts, whether it's normal or greater rifts, and running bounties and having random items drop, hopefully sometimes you'll get a random piece of gear that you need, and then you'll be able to continue. Now let's say if I accidentally obtain more than one gear piece of the same set. So let me try to find an example. Here we go. So now let's say these pants don't exist, right? Let's say I have just a rare type of legs, no legendary at all. And I already have my chest piece. And I get another chest piece to drop, or I get it from Kadala, I upgraded it. However I got a chest piece. But I'm missing pants, and that's my last item. Go to the cube, click on recipe number 4. You right click it and fill, just like how you would when it comes to upgrading your rare item, and you hit transmute. By doing this, this chest piece will convert into any of the random other pieces within this set. So as you see where it says Talar's elements, it says legs, neck, head, offhand, torso, waist, and hands. It has a random chance to become one of those items. Essentially, you would keep doing this until you get your missing piece. For example, pants. So let's say if I roll it and it's shoulders and I don't need shoulders, I roll it again and all the way until it becomes pants or until I run out of materials. Those are all the different ways of gearing your character. Again, purchase from Kadala, run your normal rifts, greater rifts, obviously if you have keystones, do bounties, and then utilize the cube to convert your materials and or other items into your desired piece that you want. And another thing to consider is if the build you are running requires the Ring of Roto Grandeur, the only way to get this ring is by bounties. So I believe it's in the loot pool of all Act 1 bounties, so you do a full round of Act 1 bounties and it's in the cache. And I can't remember if it's Act 4 or 5 where it's also not loot pool. But for me personally, if I'm hunting this ring specifically, I only run Act 1 bounties, I claim it, I restart the game until I get the ring that is desired. And that is pretty much a quick overview on how to get your fresh level 70 character that has no gear into gear. And by me doing all those steps and getting the gear that I have on now, I'm able to do Torment 16 and GR 90s with ease. And yeah, so that's all there is to it. If you want to stick around and see the demonstration for how I do this, when I was a fresh 70 character, I was like Paragon 100 because I was able to get a little bit of a carry from the person who just leveled me to 70. So I had like a broken build at the time. So like I only had like 2 set pieces of this one set and then a separate set of 2 pieces as well. And I pretty much demonstrate how I go from that to where I'm at now. So if you want to see that process, please stay tuned and continue watching. If you just want information, then that's all there is to it. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Diablo 3 video. So last we left off at, we got carried to level 70, so, boosted, power leveled, whatever you want to call it, but someone was nice enough to help us. So with this video, now it's, alright, I got boosted, I have either some decent gear or little to no gear. What do I do now? There's two different ways of going about it. You could do it on your own, or you could try to find another carry similar to how you had someone help boost you in levels, right, to get from level 1 to 70. There's also types of carrying where people will let you tag along for rifts and whatever to help the gearing process. If you want to do that, then you do the same thing with the communities, and this time you find like a rift run group, um, or you could just try to find and here search, rifts, rift it forward, whatever. You could even tailor it towards your actual class specific if you want. It's just all preference. Now, if you want to go ahead and do that, then by all means, have someone help you. It is easier and faster. But if you're someone that wants a challenge or you just want to see, how it is doing it on your own, then feel free to stick around and I'm going to show you how. So, first things first with this season, it's the Altar of Rights. So, I would say once you get to 70, try to see what you can plug in with whatever you have. You have to offer a certain thing to get certain abilities. As far as what order you want to go, if you're late to the season, it honestly kind of doesn't matter. If you want to do a specific order of how to optimize, there are guides out there online or whatever. You could follow that. But if you're already late in the season, honestly, it doesn't matter where you plug in along the offering. So I was able to get 3 nodes checked off. I'm stuck on this one because I need a class helm, so I'm not going to worry about that till later. Next thing is you want to go to your traders, and if you're lucky enough to acquire some DBs, that's short for Death Breath, then go ahead and use it. If not, then try to level up your blacksmith and all your other vendors as high as you can. I don't think it costs Death Breath anymore. I'm sorry. I'm wrong with that. Let me see. I always just speed through this. I forget what it's required. So it seems like just gold. Oh, see right here, Death Breath from 10. And then, okay, so you need 1 Death Breath per vendor then. So if you have 3, then you can max them all out. So I max out all your vendors. Then the next thing is look at what you have. If you're lucky and you get set pieces or even certain legendary types of gear, you want to try to have a temporary makeshift build to tailor towards the gear that you have on. Keep in mind, your gear will always get replaced later. Now, you could always use this time to re-roll the gear that you currently have. I personally don't because it's going to get replaced so quickly. I don't bother with it. In my case, I was lucky. I have 2 different set pieces. So that's what I'm integrating in what I'm using right now. So I'm mixing the 2-piece Firebird with the 2-piece Typhon set. So I have my Hydra, then I have fire skills. And that's pretty much how I'm going to go about this. Again, how you go about this process is going to be different based on your class and the gear that you have on. If I didn't have this gear on me, then I would probably do something similar, something different. I don't know. It's all circumstantial. But since I was lucky enough to get this Death Wish sword that dropped, it increases my disintegrate damage mixed with my fire. It just makes sense for me to use it. Then I would recommend trying to do rifts as you get your gear. Every rift, you get some blood shards. When you get your blood shards, you go to Kadala. You can gamble for pieces. Never gamble your pieces on weapons. You should never do that because of how much. Same thing with jewelry. You shouldn't touch the jewelry. You want to do your armor pieces first. The only time you touch your weapons or jewelry is if you're in a pinch and you really need something else and you have all the gear that you need, then sure, go for it. But early on trying to gear, I would not recommend getting the weapons. Now, as far as rifting, you want to find a comfortable difficulty that you could finish the rift in roughly 3 minutes. Even that is pushing it, but early on, you're not gonna you're not strong early on, obviously, until you get your gear. So you want to kind of mess around until you get to a good difficulty. Now, let's say if you want to get carried, you want someone to help you get gear, and how I showed in the previous video how you'll go into the community. So let's say if I go to like a gear sharing community or whatever, and I type in, I advertise, hey, I need help, but I don't get an answer yet, then you can go ahead and do whatever you can on your own until someone responds to you. So that's always an option too. I haven't tested anything since I stopped the last video, so I honestly don't know what the setup is capable of. So I'm gonna just start off at Torment 2. So see, I don't even know. I'm just playing the guessing game. If it's too hard, then it's easy. I just leave and lower the difficulty. If it's too easy, then I'll complete it quickly and then I'll increase the difficulty. Now, something that you'll notice that I do quite frequently is I always go to Act 1. Now, this can be argued. Some people don't bother with this. Some people do. For me, it just became a habit. Is what I like is everything is close to each other. The obelisk right here is just what gets you to the normal rifts and greater rifts. Is right here. Kadala is right here to spend. Blacksmith is right here. And your book is right here with your stash. It's all within this small area. So to me, that's just like a minor thing to do with saving time. So we'll try Torment 2 regular rift, see how it goes. And again, we're establishing the pace that we have. It's just a slow build. Oh, there's my cheat death that it has. Okay, yeah, this shows me that it's still too hard for me right now. I'm not geared enough. It's alright though, not too much of an issue. Alright, so now that I finished that rift, see how I got some blood shards? So it's from completing it. So you could either keep on rolling until you reach your cap, which is the number on the right side. So right now my cap is 500, and then spin them all, or you spin them as you go. Really depends on what you want to do. Normally, if I still have the time counting down from completing the rift, then I'll be spending. So ideally, I'm gonna spend for what I'm looking for, which is pretty much everything I have on isn't anything I'm gonna really use aside from the convention of elements. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna go for boots because I don't have a set piece that's the boots. All right, so that was unlucky. So the next thing is I have some death breath. Now the key number to know is 25 and 50. So essentially to turn a yellow item into a legendary, you're going to need 25 death breath and 50 of the other materials. So reusable parts, arcane dust, and veiled crystals. So I could use one of these, turn into legendary, and hope for the best. It's all randomized no matter what. So just for an example, so I click on the cube. I'm gonna go to the third recipe. See how I said earlier, 25, 50, 50, 50, and it has to be level 70 yellow. So I throw that in there with a right click, or you can even drag it if you like, but it makes more sense just to right click and then you click fill. That automatically puts all your mats inside of there. I'm gonna transmute. All right, well, I was unlucky. So now that's trash. But yeah, that's the game in a nutshell. It's just randomly generated and you hope for the best and you just keep on rolling. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot is the follower. As far as which follower you want, it's completely up to you. You can choose whoever you want. So it all comes down to preference too for the follower that you use. It doesn't need to be anyone specifically. And then I want to say you could either do, how I just said with the rifts at a comfortable level, And then I like to make sure I'm at least able to do Torment 6 before I start doing a round of bounties to get some materials and then that Ring of Royal Grandeur. So that comes to preference. If you want to do bounties right away, go for it. If you want to do rifts right away, go for it too. Either way, you're gonna do both of them at some point. Whether if it's rifting first and then bounties, bounties then rifting, it's you're gonna end up doing them. So it's all preference. I personally just like to run rifts. So I'm gonna run rifts for a bit and then just kind of show my milestones along the way. So yeah, I'll be skipping to certain parts, but I know for now I need to drop my difficulty, and hopefully in the next part I'll be at a higher difficulty. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take me. So it all depends if I'm lucky or not. So we'll see. All right, so right now I'm kind of at a crossroads. I got lucky and got another Firebird piece and another Typhon piece, and I got three of each. You see where it says the Firebird's Finery, where it has the white lettering on it? That's what I have currently equipped. That is giving me the that's contributing to the set. So the Typhon right here, I have three also equipped, and it's a 2, 4, 6 set bonus. So if I were to, I could either choose to do Act 1 bounties to get the Act 1 cash, which has a chance of the Ring of Royal Grandeur, which is the ring I mentioned before, where it counts as a set item for any set. If I were to equip that, I could put it right here, and that would give me the 4-piece bonus from both sets, which could, in turn, allow me to farm more efficiently and at a higher difficulty. However, that's only if I'm lucky enough to get it dropped. So there's that gamble. Now this is where it's preference. Yeah, so it's based on preference really. So you could argue, all right, yeah, I can do the Act 1 bounties, get the ring, and then I'll be able to really go through it. Or I do all that work and I don't get the ring. So I'm personally choosing to go for the ring and hope for the best. If not, then oh well. Can't really do anything about it. All right. Now this is where we see if we're lucky or not. Unlucky. We didn't get the ring. So in that case, it was kind of a waste, but at the same time, maybe not. It really depends on how you look at it. Now we got all these plans out of the way. We got some materials. We got some blood shards. But then now the real factor is how much time that took away from farming. Now let's say, who knows, I would have got lucky and I could have got the ring and it would have increased my damage big time, but again, that's part of RNG, you know, it's either lucky or you're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accumulate up to my cap, which is the 500 blood shards, and then I'll spend them all and then see how that is from there. But essentially, again, you just rinse and repeat, either do bounties, do rifts, mix it up here and there. You want to aim for a set piece that you could roll with in Torment 6, or you could even do a broken set, whatever will allow you to comfortably farm Torment 6, and then you slowly scale up. But the ideal goal is to reach the highest Torment level. But if we're going, as of right now, we're trying to incrementally go up, and if we get really good items, then we could, you know, skip a few Torments. So I haven't reached the 500 blood shards that I wanted to yet, but I do feel comfortable raising the difficulty up by 1. So I'm going to go to Torment 2 now. So after that rift, I felt really comfortable with it. So I think I'm going to increase it again to Torment 3, and then we'll see what happens after that. And I actually got lucky. There was a blood shard goblin, so that gave me a good amount of blood shards on top of the 500 that I just earned. So hopefully I get lucky with what Kadala gives me. Ooh, nice. Finally. I've been wanting the Tarasha's pieces, so that's good. I think the next piece I'll go for, I think I'm gonna go for boots. Or actually no, I'm gonna go for a helmet. Ooh, Tarasha helmet. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Go ahead and do this real quick. I'm swapping out some of the pieces. See, more blood shards. So I'm gonna spend more. If I can escape. But yeah, so the first part is just trying to replace everything into legendaries and then trying to target what specific build you want to go for. I can actually close this out now. So let me try and go for boots now. Ooh, nothing good. But now I'm running a hybrid of Tarasha, Firebird, and Typhon. So 2-piece bonus from each of them. So now I get meteors that fall from the sky with that type of move. I've been slowly working my way up, and as I've been going through those rifts, I've been accumulating some more materials. So I actually have enough Death Breath and enough of the other materials to upgrade 3 items. So I think I'm gonna try and for boots and then a helmet. I can do 3. So I got 1 boot, 2 helmets. So I'm hoping I get the pieces that I need. It's all random, so we'll see. Wow. I got lucky. Those are the boots I wanted. Okay. Perfect. Now hopefully we get the helmet that I want. That's not it. We'll see the next one. Oh, I don't have enough death breath. Oh yeah. I only had enough for 2. Oh well. I can put that away. Alright, so different ways to go about this now is I can either continue to climb up with the torments, or I could actually start doing some greater rifts because I had 13 keys and hope for the best. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch my build around because I don't have the 2-piece Typhon anymore. Yeah, T6 should be just fine. Nice. Just a little over 3 minutes. Nice. Not bad. Just under 4 minutes. And then just to show, I've had this character for just under 3 hours. And roughly an hour was, well, maybe like more like 45 minutes is how long it took for me to get the power level to 70. So still roughly 2 hours, and I'm already pretty much Torment 6 ready. It might not be fast, but it's something. And it only gets easier. It's just a matter of how lucky you get with drops. And even then, I still have the 500 blood shards I haven't spent yet, but I want to do a regular rift. And then I'll spend after that regular rift. I just want to see how a regular T6 rift feels like. Got 2 enemies on me. I have enough death breath to do 1 staff. So we're gonna roll a staff real quick. Aw, man, that's not the one I needed. Well, since I'm able to farm Torment 6 fine, I'm actually gonna do a round of bounties, acts 1 through 5, and then I'm gonna see what I get from that. All the bounties on T6 for all the acts. So, hopefully we get lucky. Get a Ring of Royal Grandeur. Can't really tell if that's it or not. I think that is. Hey, it is. Nice. Oh, that's gonna save me so much headache. I'm barely equipping my follower too. I'm gonna put this right here so I don't accidentally salvage it, because knowing me, I'll do something like that. So that's huge. Getting that Rorg is an insane help. So I put these in the cube. I got lucky during the bounty run. I got this to drop. Another Talrasha piece dropped as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cube these. This is also why I did the bounties. I want to be able to cube my items. So it's going to dramatically increase my damage. And this will allow me to have my extra... It'll count as an extra set piece bonus. Or sorry, just a set piece. So now I'm just missing the weapon, and then I'll have all the items in the cube I need. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my set item. The only thing that's unfortunate about this is no matter what you get, it can't be ancient. So, but hey, it helps early on. Oof. I'm going to try again. It's not what I need. Oh, built piece. Yes, I'll take it. I'm going to lose that gold rat benefit, but it's fine. See, now I get the 4-piece bonus. If you see under where it says Tarasha's elements, it'll show I have the head, waist, and hands, but I get the 4-piece bonus because of the Ring of Royal Grandeur. See, it reduces the number of items needed for a sit bonus by 1. So I need Guardian Bracers and Shoulders. Oh, I was gambling for Shoulders when I don't need them. Oops. Oh, these are all guilds. Yeah, it's all guilds, not guardians. Oops. Not the best. Actually, that's really bad. It's really bad bracers. Let's get my shoulders. Oh, these shoulders are bad too. The bracers are worse though. So I'm gonna roll another bracer. Ooh, there we go. Oh, no main stat? What? That's ridiculous. Well, I'm gonna have to make do with what I got for now then. So now I'm gonna take reduce damage and do increased damage. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so now that I got that Ring of Royal Grandeur and then that helmet in my cube and then 4-piece bonus now and then the All Guild set, I feel comfortable trying to push the difficulty. So if you end up getting this stage in the gearing where you can jump up, then I highly encourage you to do so. And this is the same scenario. You can either leave the game up to torment level to whatever you see fit, to wherever you can handle, and then find that middle point. You could either hard focus on just doing regular riffs, or you can do greater riffs with however many keys you have, or you can split it, like do 3 normal riffs, 3 greater riffs, however, and keep getting the blood shards and all that until you finally are able to spend it, and then you get enough to roll and get better gear. So I'll pretty much just skip ahead to the process for after I run the riffs and all that, and then when I get to spending shards, rolling gear, and all that. Alright, so I'm at a point where I capped on my blood shards again. I'm at 900 out of 900. As I've been farming, I've been just going at the highest rift that it'll let me do. I can't remember which one I'm currently at right now. I think I'm like roughly at between Torment 8, Torment 9 on the greater rifts. I don't remember, but let me see. Yeah, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. So, I mean, that's not terrible. It's pretty good. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remake the game. And I'm going to have it as Torment 9. I'm going to do some normal riffs. And then I'll use whatever blood shards I get till I cap to spend again. And then I'm going to see if I can upgrade rare items to finish gearing up. Alright, so I finally did enough normal riffs to get to my blood shard cap, which is 900. I am 226 Paragon now, and I have 18 keys. So I gained roughly 12 keys and 20 Paragon levels. So I got lucky a little bit. I got these to drop during those runs. And then now this is what I can do is move those. So now I'm just missing the Tarasha pants. 1, 2, 3, 4. The pants would be 5th. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to convert the set item. There it is. Wow, I got lucky. Nice. Now I have full Tarasha set, which is the set I'm going for. So if you're playing a different class, obviously you'll be aiming for something else, or even if you are playing the same class, you might be trying to go for a different build, but I'm personally going for the Tarasha set. So now I expend my blood shards on the remaining items that I need. So since I got the gear pieces, yeah, they're not the best, but I get the bonus from them all. So now all I'm really missing is the right amulet, a different ring, and then the 2 weapon pieces, one to have on, and and then one for the cube. So it's like I mentioned earlier, I normally wouldn't recommend rolling for weapons, but in this case I'm going to. So no luck. So let's see if we're lucky. So I need to upgrade a 2-handed staff. So that's a mace. That's an axe. Here's a staff. Oof, not the one I need. Staff. Still no luck. Another staff. Wow, this is very sad. Mace, axe. Well, this is 11.9 stronger. 14. It's sad that I have to use something like that. Okay, well, I can toss these. Throughout my riffs, whenever I would remember, I would actually save some staffs. But I think it's only these 2 I've left. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm gonna improve the quality of my jewelry for my armor slot. So generally, for your armor slots, if you play a class that is intelligence based, you would want to put the rubies because it gives you strength, which translates into your armor. And versus like if you're an intelligence class, you have all resistance. So since I'm an intelligence class, I want to have the rubies to give me that extra armor since I'm gonna lack armor. Same thing goes for if you have a character that is dexterity or strength based, that translates into armor. So in your gear slots, you would put the diamond because that gives you all resistance. So right now I'm just upgrading to the highest rank I can since this is a fresh character. So I got 4 of these. It's going to help me survive a lot better too. That's the biggest issue I was having, is surviving. But still, for what I'm missing, I'm still doing pretty well. I've been farming on Torment 9 um, pretty consistently, and I haven't even rolled my gear pieces either. I still left them however they came, so there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Like I said, I'm not even using the proper weapon, and I'm missing a weapon power in my cube. But hey, I already went from Torment 1 all the way to Torment 9. I'm pretty sure I can do Torment 10 now, no problem. Since I have my 6-piece bonus now, so we'll actually try that. We'll see how high I can go now. Wow. Faster than my last one, and I kept getting lost. $2.15. That was faster than the last one. This game would give me a crossbow. That's funny. Two minutes 20 seconds. GR52. Easy peasy. Oh, 1. Perfect. Oh, 2:15. Still pretty fast. Right at Torment 13 is a perfect spot for this. Yeah, so all I'm really missing, obviously, other than rolling my gear to be better, it's going to be a ring and my 2 weapons. Because, again, I still don't have a weapon cubed. So once I get that, I'll be rolling through T16 no problem. So I'm going to be farming T13 regular rifts until then. Or until I fill up on blood shards again, and I'll spend. And then, yeah, keep doing this till I get all the items I have. And then that should be an automatic T16 and GR90. Alright, it's that time again. So I ran a bunch of normal rifts. Got a good amount of keystones. Got to my blood shard cap. And now we're going to see if I can finally get the weapons I need. Man, no luck. Still got left over from this rift I just finished. So I kept dying in Torment 13, so I had to drop it down to Torment 12. Because there's no point in farming something if I just keep dying. Oh, that's all I have. So let me close this. So hopefully I can at least get 1. If I can get both, that'd be awesome. Oh my gosh. 4 more left. Hey, I got 1. Yes. About time. Oops. 1 more. Come on. Come on. Aww. Well, at least I got 1 of them, so I'm happy with that. So this didn't roll too good at all, so I won't feel bad with putting this in the cube. So I'm going to extract it. First recipe. Oh, out of death breath. I can't do it. I just need 4 more. So I'm gonna run another normal rift real quick to get those death breath, then I'll add it in there. Alright, I got the death breath I need, so now I'm gonna put it in the cube. And now I can use it. So now I'm just missing one more actual weapon to have, and then a ring. This is what will help me take less damage. This is going to increase my damage quite a bit right now too. So pretty much it's just going to be, I'm going to be rinsing and repeating between normal rifts, farming GRs, and I might even do a round of bounties just to get that last weapon and then the ring that I need, and then I'll show how much of a big difference it makes. But that's essentially the whole entire process of gearing. So I was finally able to get the rest of the gear pieces I need, and I got pretty lucky with this staff. Got an ancient, decent roll on it. And then I got my ring. It didn't roll good, but hey, I needed the ring because I was having survivability issues. So now I have all my actual gear pieces on me. And then I even have all of my cubed items ready to go. Now, granted, this build isn't complete yet. As you can see, my gems are still low as far as my regular gems. And even my legendary gems, rank 25, rank 30, and this one just got to rank 25. So there's still a lot of room for improvement. I was able to do Torment 16 Act 1 bounties with this. So I completed all Act 1. I didn't do the other acts because I did the Act 1 for the altar sacrifice. I needed a Ring of Royal Grandeur to sacrifice, so I did a round real quick. I was lucky enough to get the ring, and then I turned it in. So I know this is capable of T16. Now the question is, can it handle a GR 90? I did clear 70 with this. As you can see, I haven't gone there since, so I'm going to push as high as I can go and see where that leaves me at right now. Reason I did the 70 was so I can unlock the chance of getting primals. So yeah, I'm gonna see how far I can go. Hopefully I can get to a 90. I'm not too sure. My issue is survivability because my health is still pretty low. And like my gear isn't rolled that well. Like this has horrible rolls on it. So even this, I don't have other damage. This, I'm missing intelligence on this. I'm missing crit on it. So I mean, there's just so much room for improvement. Alright, I can do a 90 now. So let's see how this goes. If I can open the store, there we go. My follower is still not completely set up because it keeps on dying. It doesn't have the relic that prevents him from dying, so I'm not getting the benefits from Flavor of Time. I'm not getting the Nemesis Braces to proc for when I click the pylon, so this could be a lot faster too. But overall, it's not too bad. It's definitely doable. Well, there we go. This might be just over 3 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll see. Still blast him down. Oh, under 3. So yeah, still a pretty fast run with it. There we go, GR 90. 2 minutes 43 seconds, first time. My gems are still low. I've been leveling my trap this whole time. I was climbing to be able to unlock the ability to do the 90. And again, this is with poorly rolled gear. Right? I don't have like right here. This is a bad convention too. This Creanie, its secondary power is decent, but the rolls are pretty bad. So yeah, that's the whole entire process from beginning to end, like how I stated before. So best way to do it is slowly work your way up through the Torment difficulties. Once you hit 70, you spend your shards with Kadala as you run your regular rifts, get materials. As you get more of these materials, you can use those to upgrade. You pretty much want to get whatever build you want to run into, or sorry, what you want to run with. And throw in some greater rifts here and there just to change it up. And then go ahead and do some bounty runs to be able to get that Ring of Royal Grandeur if your build needs it. But I would also recommend, as you're doing the gearing process, to try to unlock parts of the altar. So as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 unlocked right now from the altar. So even this could be a lot better. Like, I'm missing out on damage right now. So yeah, all you got to do is get the gear pieces you want to roll with. So normal rifts, greater rifts, doing some bounties, rolling with Kadala, and then using the recipe number 3 to upgrade rare items. And then another last resort, let's say if you have an extra set piece of the same, but you're missing one, you can throw one in there, convert it to a random piece. You can keep rolling it so long as you have these materials. It costs 10 Death Breath, 10 Forgotten Souls. Again, the biggest thing to worry about with this though is it cannot be ancient. It will not be any better than just a regular roll. So see how this is an ancient, it has a gold border. These are all regular, so no matter what you do, there's no chance of being ancient. If you upgrade a rare item into legendary, it does have a chance to be ancient. So just keep that in mind with the gearing process. And you know, it can be time consuming, but as you do it, it gets easier along the way because you're racking up the Paragon levels. See, I'm already 551. As you get the levels, you get the gear along with it, and who knows, as you're trying to get a specific gear, you might get the next piece of gear you're gonna hunt for, or you get the piece you're hunting for early, and then it makes the progression faster. So just a little idea. 9 hours, 9 minutes is how long I've had this character. It took roughly 45 minutes for me to get someone to be able to power level me and to get to 70. So I want to say 45 is a rough number. So it took about, we'll just say 8 hours, 15 minutes, 8 hours, 30 minutes to fully gear But even then, that full gear setup is to be able to run Torment 16 and Greater Rift 90s. So from there, you blast away, get your XP, and then you try to get all your legendaries to ancients, get your Paragon levels increased, and get your gem levels increased. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do it, from a fresh 70 character to being able to farm T16 and GR 90s and even further. So yeah, I hope this video helped anyone out, and if anything, got some entertainment out of it. Those of you may have played the game before, maybe I covered some stuff you didn't know or helped maybe optimize your routine. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.